Hi guys, Csilla here from Global Voyages Travel. Do you guys love pickleball? We have partnered up with Amadeus River Cruises to bring to you a 2023 European Pickleball Tour and River Cruise. Today we have the Executive Vice President of Amadeus River Cruises, our partner in this adventure, giving you some more information about what this trip entails and how can you take part of it.
Hello, thank you very much for coming and listening to us. We're very excited about this tour. We've worked quite a while on this. So you're the first audience that is able to buy one of these pickleball cruises. And Csilla is really the first agency that is featuring that. So we're excited about it. We hope you're going to like what you hear today. If you have any questions, concerns, this would be a perfect time to bring them up to us. We'll be happy to discuss them, answer any questions, and hopefully get you excited so you're going to join us next year. I'm going to take you through the itinerary a little bit and take you through what we offer as a cruise line. And then again, if you have questions, then please let me know. So as you can hear by my accent, we are an Austrian company. So I'm from Salzburg, Austria. That's my hometown. We've been around for 40 years. We're the longest standing river cruise line in the market, and we own 18 cruise ships. So one of them we provide, the cruise next year. And they're all very similar. So they're about 1,000 tons. They can have about 80 to 82 cabins on board. But it's a very, very nice and intimate experience compared to ocean cruises. So if you've ever been to an ocean cruise, river cruises are very nice because you check in, check out only once, and so you can see all these different countries, all these different destinations. It's a very, very nice way to travel. And so what we did for next year, we connected this with a pickleball experience. We have done this a few times already, where we have an affinity group, where there's a common denominator, in this case pickleball, and then we are arranging through our partners interactive experiences, in this case pickleball, and there's there's get-togethers with locals there during the cruise, and in this case with a pre-night program. So this is just a river map of Europe here. So these 18 vessels that we have are mainly on the Rhine, Main, and Danube. And so we go all the way down. So Danube goes all the way down to the Danube Delta.
Can you turn your volume up a little bit? I'm having a hard time.
My voice, yeah, I can, yeah. So we go all here. I need to yeah, that's okay. We go all the way down to the Black Sea and to the Danube Delta. So the cruise that we are doing is the heart of the Danube. So you can see it here on the screen. So actually shows you all of our river cruises, but we are going between Budapest in Hungary to Passau, Germany. So we call it our classical Danube cruise, and that's a 7-night, 8-day program. So you can see it here. That's really the heart of Europe, and you have you can see Hungary, you will see Slovakia, a large part or a good part of Austria, and a little bit of Germany. And so we're trying to have you play pickleball in all of these countries during a shore excursion, but the heart of this program is really the pre-tour. I'm going to go into this right now. So the first day you will be in Budapest, so there's a 2-night, 3-day pre-program that we just mentioned a little bit. So you get into Budapest. There's a welcome event at the hotel. You have the first night in Budapest at the hotel. Then you are going to, on day 2, you're going out to Lake Balaton, and so that's going to be a special pickleball day. So you go play pickleball actually all afternoon long. So there's this estate that Csilla just mentioned where there's active play. There is pickleball hosts there. They'll cook you a classical Hungarian dinner. So there's going to be a lot of fun. This is really geared towards the pickleball experience here. And then day 3, on day 3, we are going to go back to Budapest. And so there's going to be a little bit of a wine excursion there during lunch break. And then your river cruise is about to start. So from Budapest, which would be then in the afternoon, you get back to Budapest, you embark the cruise ship. And then your cruise starts. So you start with the pre-cruise on land, so that's a land program. Then you get on the ship in Budapest, and during the cruise, you'll see that most of the times during the day we are in port. So we start in Budapest, we leave in the evening, and then there is going to be stops that we make sometimes during the day where you can get off and then do a shore excursion and then get on again in the afternoon. So that is designed so the ship can move or can keep on moving. Those ships are not very fast. And so we're trying to maximize the time and to maximize the amount of miles that we can do with the cruise ships. So on day 4, you're going from Budapest, Esztergom, and then you're going into Bratislava. So Bratislava, you can see actually at that handout here, you can follow that itinerary, and you actually have the timings in there. So you can see exactly what time that ship arrives at a port and what time it departs. You know at which time the ship is cruising and how much time you actually get in a port. And so number 3 here is Bratislava, for example. There's a whole day in Bratislava. One of the nice things about river cruising is that these rivers go right through the center of each town and the cities that we're visiting. So the ship goes in there and you can easily get off the ship, explore. So we have shore excursions that we offer. And then in addition, what's not in there yet, we will have pickleball play that will be organized for you in Bratislava, for example, because there's enough time to do that there. Again, if you have a travel companion that is not a pickleball player or that says, well, I've had my 2 days pickleball, I'm in Bratislava, I always wanted to see that, or in Vienna, I'm going to do the city tour, or I'm going to do the tour to Schönbrunn Castle, that is not a problem. You can do that. So there is flexibility. So if you are, again, you can mix it up. If you are hardcore playing, at these destinations, perfectly fine. If you do not want to do that, or if you have a travel companion that wants to mix it up a little bit, it's perfectly fine too. So keep in mind, there's flexibility in there. So next day we are in Vienna, so there's a lot more content in Vienna, so that Austria's capital, there's a lot to do there. We do a city tour that just gives you an overview of Vienna. You can go to Schönbrunn Castle, you can go to Castlehof. So there's a lot there. There's also, as I mentioned before, if you do not like the shore excursions, you don't want to sign up for all of that. It's easy to go into the city by yourself, see one of the museums, go shopping, do certain things on your own. So that's always possible as well. But you're going to all of these destinations, so you can really put together the mix that's the best for you. But there's always, and you can see the shore excursions that we offer are in blue, next to the day-by-day itinerary. So those are the things that you can do and you can sign up for, but you don't have to. So Vienna, you can see here in Vienna we do the Imperial Discovery Tour, and then there's a classical music in the evening that you can see in order to give you a little bit of our Austrian flair. A classical music concert. Then we're going to continue upstream the Danube into the Wachau Valley, which is Austria's winery region, one of Austria's winery regions. Really nice and scenic area. So we are going to see the Dürnstein Abbey. You can see a winery, do a wine tour. So that's a really, really scenic area, just upstream, just a little bit outside of Vienna. So that's day 7 on our program. Then we continue to Emmersdorf, and we can see the Melk Abbey there. So that's really a highlight as well before we continue on to Linz. And in Linz, you have the opportunity also in your day-by-day itinerary. In Linz, you have the opportunity to do a full day tour to Salzburg. So Salzburg is not on the Danube, so it's about an hour and a half away from there. But we have a great full day tour that gets you there. Obviously, the city of Sound of Music, Mozart was born there. It's my hometown. This is where I grew up and lived most of my life. So definitely a highlight. And then we continue on to Regensburg in Germany. Regensburg is another great city to see. Very, very easy to just leave the ship and explore on your own, or go on one of our tours there. And we offer either the Abbey of Weltenburg and then the Palace of Thurn und Taxis. And then we also on those days, like when it comes to Regensburg, Vienna, Bratislava, and Linz, we are trying to add a pickleball play where you can go to a local club and play pickleball. Again, how much you want to play and how much, if you rather go see Salzburg, if you want to go play pickleball, that will be up to you. But those are in the works. They're not yet in the program. And then you come back to Passau. So that's the last day. So the ship ends the cruise in Passau. So Passau is just on the border between Austria and Germany. Your international airport, next international airport, is Munich. So that's about 100, or pretty much exactly 100 miles to the southwest of Passau. So that's where you would, if you fly out back to Chicago, that's where you would fly out of. Or you want to extend, there's a lot of opportunities to extend and just stay a little bit longer and add a few days, and then I'm sure Csilla can help you with that. Let me talk to you a little bit about those ships. Do you have any questions about the program? So that's, you have the program on your flyer. You have the days and you have the exact timings when the ship gets in and leaves the ports. I just want to talk a little bit about the vessels. So all of these, so we are going to be on the Amadeus Star. So that's that's a great vessel we have. It has 81 cabins or 162 passengers it can take. And so there's different different stateroom categories, and of course they are priced differently. I just wanted to show you what the difference is in stateroom categories, so you can see what would be of interest to you specifically. Going from category to category. So we start out at the C1 and C4 category. So those are great entry-level cabins. You can see here they're spacious. They're 100. There's actually best-in-class entry-level amongst 5-star cruise lines. So there's on the river, it's 172 square feet. And all of these beds in any cabin can be set up as 2 separate beds. So we just put them apart from each other a little bit, or as 1 bed. So you can, doesn't matter what you book, you can then decide, well, I want this bed pushed together, or I want to have 2 separate beds. And you can let us know up to just short before the cruise. So that's important to know. So that's a great entry-level cabins. We have connecting cabins in this category. It has like an upper window that you cannot open because there's the waterline there. And if you remember here, the deck plan. So those are the cabins here on the orange and yellow on the Hayden deck. So those are the sea cabins, 172 square feet. And they have pretty much everything that you need. A nice bathroom, plenty of storage space for your belonging. Again, you can have the cabin or the beds made up separately if you'd like. Then the next step up would be a B or A cabin. Yes.
Do you have Wi-Fi on that ship?
Yes. So Wi-Fi is included, and I'll go through the inclusions in a little bit. So Wi-Fi is on the ships. So next thing is the A and B cabins. So those would be, if you go back to the deck plan. So the ships, the cabins that are in green here on the Strauss deck, the middle deck, or light blue on the Mozart deck. The only difference between those cabins is where they are located on board the vessel. So the A cabins are all the way on the top deck, so they'll be nice and quiet. You have a better view. The B1 cabins or B cabins on the middle deck, they're good cabins, but they're just on the middle deck. So some people like to be all the way up, but that's really the only difference. They're 188 square feet. And you can see here from the diagram, so they have a walk-in closet, which is great because it just, you can put, you know, for all of you who have been on a cruise already, you know, cabins are usually, it's always, you know, it's a little bit tighter. So the walk-in closet is a great opportunity to just stow everything away and to have, you know, the most room to yourself and not to stumble over any luggage that's out there. It has great bathrooms and has these full picture windows that you can see here that open. So these picture windows open with a touch of a button. They come all the way down to where you see this railing, and so so you can have the air and sun come into the cabin without wasting about 50 square feet on a balcony, which in Europe you may not use. So those are really, really nice cabins. Everything that we do, everything that you see here has been developed for 40 years. So every little nook and touch and feature has been really thought out and has been honed over the years. The next cabin category would be the suite. So those are, if you look back on the diagram, so here the dark blue ones on the Mozart deck. So those are 284 square feet. They have the same features. They have a larger bathroom, they have a little balcony, and also a walk-in closet. So just, you know, really nice. And then they have an L-shaped sofa, like a little sitting area. Really, really nice. Again, you know, 284 square feet. All the cabins can accommodate 2 passengers. So there's no triples or quadruples. We have in the C category, we have connecting cabins. If you have a travel companion that needs help, or if you bring kids, so those are great. They are family cabins. They can, and for the kids, for example, the kid is 18 years and younger, we offer 30% discount. And then the single surcharge is also great in the C cabins. It's only 15%, and it goes up from there. And then if you look here, we have a few pictures here that we took. So you can see here in the middle, the big picture, that's the Amadeus bar. So that's usually the main area where you can, you know, where we offer early bird breakfast, and then we have our second lunch option is up there. It's a quick lunch, and it's a great place to just relax and have a drink or have some coffee. We also have in the afternoon, we have tea and coffee there that we serve daily, a midnight snack we do. Then you have our outside bar. You can see that here. And then in front of that is the river terrace. So that's a glass enclosed area before that area that is attached to the bar. And it's great to sit and just when the ship, you know, cruises down the river, it's nice to sit there and just take the scenery in. We have a workout area on every ship. You can see that here. So spa, workout area. There's a nice wine club at the back of the ship. The restaurant, of course. So overall, a really, really elegant ship. And then what we include on board. So you have 2 prices. You have the cruise price you can see here, and then you have the well, actually it's a combination. But what we include on board during your cruise is basically everything that you would want. So we have all the dining is included. So we start usually with a early riser breakfast. Then we have a full breakfast buffet. We can have 2 lunch options. It's a sit-down lunch in the restaurant with 4 courses always, multiple choices per course, or a quick lunch option. Sometimes, you know, if you want to take something, just a soup salad sandwich, we have a pasta station where a chef, you know, prepares fresh pasta for you. That's always available. In the afternoon, we have tea and coffee with cakes and sandwiches, and then a nice dinner in the evening, 5 courses with multiple choices per course. Then a late night snack. We include wine, beer, and soft drink with lunch and dinner. Then you have waters in the cabin that is replenished daily. Wi-Fi is included in the cabins in all public areas. Taxes and fees are included. Gratuities are included. We have, you know, welcome dinner, farewell dinner, gala dinner. So all of that is in there. And then we have bicycles on board the vessel as well. So if you'd like to take a bike out, we'll do that for you. And then you can go biking. There's a bike trail, very famous, along the Danube, the Donau Radwanderweg. It goes from the Hohen Tauern Mountains, which is a national park, all the way down to Vienna and farther south. So it's very, very interesting. So that's included in your cruise on board with us. And then what would be extra is what I mentioned before, shore excursions. So if you think that you want to add shore excursions, or you'd rather go pickleball play when we have these pickleball opportunities, or you say, well, you know, it's my vacation, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sleep in, want to have a massage in the spa, and then I'm going to go into town and do a stroll or take a bike out, that's perfectly fine as well. So there's nothing that you have to do. Every ship has an Amadeus duo, we call them. So there's two musicians, and they entertain. There's a piano on there. They sing. They're very talented. They usually start in the afternoon with music, with tea, and then entertain until dinner starts, and then they come back in the evening. And then we have a cruise directors, of course, as well on board the ship, and so they have there's games, they have certain entertainment features that they lace in between the music. It's very lively, and it's very nice. So also talking about that, we have an international clientele. So if you know other river cruise lines, so we don't sell exclusively to the US market. So that means you may travel with locals, that are from Germany or from Austria or from anywhere in the world. About half of our passengers are from the US, but there is an international clientele, which in the evening it's always very interesting, because if they do an animation, or like they have I don't know, like a little contest, then usually the Irish get very competitive if there's an Irish group on there, and then so it's fun. So so there's and then sometimes they entertain until 1, 2 in the morning, and until everyone's had a good time and go to bed. So it's yes. So you're not gonna get bored on board, most likely. We have sailors that are trained in case of an emergency. If there's an emergency on board, the ship pulls over and we call an ambulance. The big difference to ocean cruises, where you days at sea, where you have to have medical assistance on there, because if there's an issue, you can't get anyone there. So with the river cruise ship, it's literally you pull over. It's like someone having an issue on a motor coach on a highway. Essentially you'll pull over and you call 911. It's the same thing we would do.
So how does that sound? I hope you got the information you needed, and I hope you'll consider joining us on this amazing adventure next year. If you want to learn more about it, or you want to make sure you have a spot on our tour, please reach out, www.myglobalvoyages.com. Thank you.